Kiss. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house kiss of the day is Joy. Happy half birthday. Hope you're having a great day. And Joy has two quick questions. First, what do I think is the most pivotal game move or like big game changer this season? I have two for this. First of all, I think when Maddie decided to get rid of Levita during the double eviction, it wasn't great for her game, but I think it really changed the dynamics and the different sides of the house very quickly. Also, I would say Big Brother Canada's move of bringing back Kelsey with all of that information and then Raul getting rid of Mitch. I think that really changed things too. And second question, if I was on Big Brother, what would I name my alliance? That's a great question that I get a lot. I think it would really depend on who I'm working with and the different circumstances, but I'm like 90% sure that it would involve a pun because I'm kind of a pun freak. But yeah, thank you for your questions, Joy, and thank you for contributing on Patreon. You're awesome. And if you guys want to be House Kiss of the Day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright. We have a lot to talk about here. This is nuts. So the feeds were off all last night. What the hell? So then they come back on this morning a little bit after 8 a.m. and we find out that Big Brother gave the house guests this huge, like, international themed party. So it was like UK, Australia, maybe there was some Canada in there too, I'm sure. But there was food, music, alcohol, like a lot. And this is insane. They had puppies and a kangaroo. What? I had to like do a double take when I was, hearing about that. Like, what? Kangaroo puppies? So that's pretty cool. Apparently they drank a lot at this party, as a few people were still hungover this morning, afternoon, evening. Seriously, how much did they drink? But also, while the feeds were off, both of the brothers shaved their heads and got to fix their atrocious haircuts. So, yay for them. Alright, so this morning the brothers were talking outside about the party last night, and it sounds like it was a pretty good party for a while, and then, like, towards the end of it, things got really intense. And apparently, Jared told Cass that if she goes through with nominating him as the replacement, that, like, all of Winnipeg is gonna hate her. They're both from there, so apparently he's gonna turn that whole city against her. Good luck with that. Alright, there have also been rumors throughout this whole season that Cass and Jared knew each other before the show, and it seems like that could be a possibility because every time anything even remotely close to that comes up, the feeds are cut. So, could be, and it seems like there's been a lot of talk about that this week now that Jared is pissed that he could be in trouble. So, here's a little example. This morning, Jared went up to the HOH to talk to Cass, get in that final plea to stay off the block before the POV ceremony, and Jared was like, I'm your friend, and there are 5 strangers out there. If I were in your position, I wouldn't do this to you. 5 strangers? And what? And Cass is like, well, it's not personal, like this is a strictly game move, just chill. So after that, feeds cut, no more of that conversation for us. Maybe we're reading into this a little bit, but maybe not. 5 strangers and me, your friend? Yeah. So then, after that, Cass went and checked on Joel in the pink bedroom. He seemed really down today, so she's just like, are you okay? And he's like, I just need to be by myself for a while, clear my head, we'll talk later. So then everybody's just like, whoa, what's going on with Joel? Is this game related? Is he just really hungover? Is it because of the punishments that he got in the Power Veto competition? Because let's keep in mind, Joel has agreed to be on slop for the rest of the game. And also, I think he gave up all of his clothes except for like what he was wearing and showers for the week. So that's really freaking rough. If I couldn't shower for a week, I would probably just like die. I'm not kidding. So, Power Veto ceremony. The brothers used the POV on themselves, of course, and then Cassandra nominated Jared next to Nikki. Yeah! Alright, so then after the ceremony, Cass, Tim, and Nikki were chatting, and of course Tim's like, oh, you did a great job, like that was amazing. And then they were talking about Joel. They're really worried about him. He's acting really weird. So they're like, did Jared say something to him last night to upset him? Like, what's this all about? Is he gonna flip his vote now? But then they're talking about it a little bit more, and they're like, that seems unlikely because Joel was like campaigning for Jared to go up on the block this week. Why would he then vote to keep him? So then Cass was talking to Phil. She's still trying to figure out what's up with Joel. She's trying to get to the bottom of this. So she's like, do you know anything? Is it the slop? So she's like, maybe I can ask Big Brother if I can take over Joel's slop punishment. I don't think that's transferable, but she's like, yeah, I could use a diet anyway. Oh, Cass. So then Phil's like, well, Jared did have a really long chat with Joel last night after a bunch of people went to bed, and Cass is like, oh, what now? So she wants to call a house meeting to get to the bottom of this. House meetings are always great. They're awful for the game, but they're great for us watching. So then, yeah, she's like, I want to call a house meeting, call out Jared, call out all of his lies that he's spreading around, and Phil's just like, well, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. Surprise, surprise. Phil doesn't want to get involved. All right. So then, Jared was out shooting pool, and Nick was out there with him. Jared lets him know his brilliant campaign strategy. So he's telling Nick, like, I'm not just going to go for Joel's vote this week. I'm going to try and get Tim, too. So then if Joel decides at the last minute that he doesn't want to do it, he'll have Tim, too. Yeah, because Tim is really going to vote for you and go against Cassandra's wishes. So then he's like, yeah, and I'm going to pretend that I don't have the brothers, your vote, while I'm campaigning. What? I don't understand the logic there. Why would that make someone want to vote for you to stay if they know that, like, other people aren't? Like, wouldn't you want to say, like, I have this vote and this vote and this vote, I just need you? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. So then Cass goes outside and confronts Jared by the pool table, and she's like, how could I not put you up on the block this morning when you were telling everyone last night that they can't trust me? And you had the nerve to come and campaign to me this morning after all that. So apparently some shit went down last night. So Jared's like, well, you stopped trusting me long before that. You stopped trusting me when you won HOH. Might have been before that. But Cass is like, oh, really? Like, when I put the brothers up, that's when I stopped trusting you? And Jared's like, I had to beg you not to put me up. That's pathetic. And then he was like, you can leave now. You can leave. Like, he said, you can leave now. Really? You're going to dismiss her? So she was like, okay, well, don't ask me for my tiebreaker vote. So then they're inside a little while later. Jared is, like, sitting next to her in the kitchen. It's, like, really freaking awkward. Like, what are you doing? So then Joel shows up, and Cass is like, Joel, I want to try and transfer your slap punishment onto me. And he's like, oh, no, don't do that. I don't know if she's even allowed to do that, but I mean, it is nice that she's offering, and I think she's serious. So then Jared goes and talks to Kelsey, who's like friggin' literally dying in the bathroom. She's been puking all day, disgusting, hungover, and he's telling her about the confrontation with Cass, and Kelsey's just like, what did we do to make her act this way? Like, it's all her fault. I can't believe she's being like this. Yeah, really? It's all her fault? Come on now. So then Joel and Jared were chatting. Joel is like, I'm having a really rough day. He's telling him how it sucks that he's on slop and like all this stuff, and he misses his family. And then they're talking about stuff like outside of the house just to kind of take their minds off the game, talking about hockey and stuff. It's interesting here that Joel is talking to Jared when he was telling everybody else, like, I need space, I'll talk to you later. So, what's going on here? So then, a little while later, Joel is like, Tim, let's talk. So he opens up to Tim about what happened last night, and yes, Joel was cornered by Jared, Kelsey, and the brothers after, I guess, everybody else went to bed, but especially Jared. So he was like, he told me that you guys make fun of me all the time, that you've thrown my name out there as a nominee multiple times, and then he was going on and on about how Tim and Nikki don't really need this money, blah, 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 blah. So basically, it was Trash Talk City with Tim, Cass, and Nikki being the targets. So Joel was like, I did not believe these things, but I was upset because it was a lot being thrown at me, and it sucks hearing these things even if I don't think they're true. So Tim is reassuring Joel. He's like, yeah, I make fun of you, but it's nothing that I wouldn't say to your face or that I haven't said to your face. Ugh. And then, no, he reassures him. He's like, I'm sticking with you guys. It's all good. So Joel's like, yeah, this alliance freak show, it's great. I'm cool with you guys. I'm cool with Nikki. That other side sucks. So then Joel has a similar conversation with Cass. And this is interesting because the feeds kept going in and out. Like every time Joel would say, oh, and then Jared said blah, blah, blah. Cut those feeds. Especially if he would mention something that Jared said about Winnipeg. Do they know each other or what? Ah! So yeah, it's a little suspicious that they keep cutting the feeds like that. And I guess Jared was saying some stuff last night. So then Joel again tells Cass, like, I didn't believe any of that stuff, but I felt bombarded and I needed time to process all of it. So they reaffirm, they're working together. It's all good. So then Joel talks to Nikki, and he's like, I just want you to know that you 100% have my vote. There's no way that I'm going against you. He warns her, like, Jared, Kelsey, and the brothers are probably going to keep bombarding him for the rest of this week, and he may have to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to vote out Nikki. And they actually think that he's going to do that, but he's absolutely keeping her. So Nikki's like, oh yes, they're all horrible. So then Joel encourages Nikki, like, oh, I love how honest you are, and game-wise, he feels like she can win competitions. She's just gotta keep on keeping on. So I freaking love when Joel and Nikki chat. It's so cute. Big brother, husband, and wife. Yeah, but it's crazy. So I wish we could have seen that freaking party last night, but oh well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Comments. And I'm sure the rest of this week is going to be crazy because Jared's being a little baby. So until tomorrow, much love.